Well, the bucks, they're coming along really nice. Some nice racks out there. And they're getting started to fighting amongst themselves. Who's the dominant? And the little animals, they love these little acorns while they're here, having a good time. Welcome, friend. Welcome to the foothills of the Smoky. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns. Now, we've had a cold spell and hit frosted a little bit here just a few nights ago. So I know this is really getting started. The leaves are starting to turn color real good. Now, we've had a little bit of rain, but not much at all to amount to nothing. And we need some rain. But anyway, fall's on its way in full bloom here. Before you know it, these leaves will be gone. So I want you to relax, enjoy this little video. Let's see what stepped in front of the cameras and what our little friends has been up to this week. So let's get started. Well, up on the ridge, you can see the little ponds have grown up. All their spots is gone, except for the ones that was born late. And there's a little squirrel with her baby going up the ridge. And here's the twin. They seem to have growed up. And you see them everywhere. That was a doe. And they just wander around, browsing. These little twins. There's one with a buck behind one of them. Now these acorns, these little squirrels, and these walnuts, they don't know whether to eat the acorns or the walnuts. They're having the time of their life right now. And there's a little old ground squirrel, chipmunk. They storing these nuts away. They ain't wasting. Tickles me to death. They packing them off to their hole. They know what's coming. And them old bucks, I'm filming some pretty nice ones here and there. They happen to step in front of the camera. But they're still running around in little groups. They've not plumb broke apart yet. These are young bucks. And you see them about anywhere too, still browsing, getting in these acres. And they can move on too, look there. Man. And there's little Chucky at the log. He's taking a break, I guess. You just gotta take a break. There's a little Carolina wren out strolling around looking for some nuts. I don't know what bird this is. It ain't no wren or woody. It ain't the thrush. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can help me what it is. And old Ricky, he's into everything, seems like. He was in that walnut weeks ago. Been laying there. But he's always finding a nut somewhere. In heaven, ain't he? He's on the move. He's got to get going. Yep, there's walnuts. Look at the walnuts laying here. They're laying everywhere. The place is loaded with them. He's trying to carry them off too. But they gotta have fun. I get tickled watching this. They're so comical. And this is all I filmed to Dirty Dan this week. This is before the cold weather set in. I'd say he didn't like it. Old Dirty Dan. But old Ricky, he likes his place. He likes his little perch, too. Likes to eat his lunch here. And we'll make sure it sits there till he gets back. And down at the pond, much going on. Didn't film nothing during the day, really. And late in the evening there at the pond, there's a big old hoot owl right there. The horned owl, right in front of the camera. Come dark, there's the old coons coming off the den, out making their rounds. They in a hurry. Some are, some ain't. But this is their time when it gets dark. They gotta check everything out, and I mean everything. And they're still trying to find these bugs, but the bugs, since this cold weather set in, are hard to find now. But they like to get them bugs, especially them old katydids, but they're gone. And there's beautiful old Fred, looking back at the camera. I haven't seen old Betty in a while, but he's with her. She's with him right now. Watch this. There she is, following each other around. Little mating pair, Fred and Betty. Haven't seen Betty in a long time. But there's old Willie coming through. He's got things to do. And there's a little old flying squirrel. They're quick as lightning, I tell you. They're rare to see. And right here's a rare glimpse. He's packing nuts too. They know what's coming. And here it is again. There's a lot of them in these woods. You just don't see them till nighttime. And the big old bucks, they just roam around in the dark. Liable to see them anywhere. And there's a beautiful fox. That ain't Fred or Betty. That's a different fox. Got black legs on it. And you know what that is. That's old Charlie the Coyote. And there's Chubby up on the ridge. Wonder what he's into. Now there goes old Willie down up on the ridge trail here. Haven't seen that in a while. But guess what? There's poor old Sidewinder right behind him. Bless his heart. Old Sidewinder. And down here in the cedars, this is what I've caught. Big old buck down here prowling around. Coming out of them fields. Well, here's a rare glimpse. I was surprised to catch this. 2 bucks spiraling around there, fighting, practicing. That's a big one right there. I guess he wore that one out. But they just playing. They just getting started. And down here in the cedars, this is all a film. Young buck eating them honeysuckles. So these cameras I pulled out of the cedars. I put them up in the woods. And there's the joker coming by the log. One of them's knocked the limb over in it, and I can't film nothing. It blocks the light. And there's a little old rabbit at the tree. They live hard. Everything in the world's after them. And there's Rocky. Mrs. Rocky coming up behind him, around the motel, coming up off the cameras there, and moving on through. Up at the rock, there's old Willie. And there's old Rocky moving through. They got to check this out. This is on their nightly stock. And I thought this was 2 possums ration, but it ain't. Little fussing going on there, ain't it? But guess what he's fussing with? That looks like old Lightning there. Ain't seen him in a while. I'm surprised he didn't spray old Willie's face though. I don't know which possum that is. I don't think it's Sidelander on a rainy night. He's gonna get in the ground. Solid or not. Down at the pond, old Buck won't know what this camera is. Good sized buck too. At the other camera, there's another buck. They're always down at this old pond. But the coons are here. This is their plum. This is their favorite place. That looks like the hurt coon with one paw hurt. And there's the coon with one eye out. The whole family's down here evidently. The hurt coon, the one-eyed coon. And they're on top of the log above his camera shaking it and jumped off. But they're into this camera. For some reason, they just don't like it. It's been sitting here for years. Look at him. He just pulled it straight to the ground. And there it sat till I found it. Pictures was over. Well, come daylight, there's the triplets. Haven't seen them in a while. Look how grown they are. And the old buck's still prowling around at dawn. And there's the twins again, out in the woods. It's business as usual. Another day unfolds here on the ridge. But it's time for the little squirrels. There's a little baby squirrel right there, following Mommy around. They're so comical. And they work hard at it all day long. They sure do. But they're so precious, so comical, so relaxing. And they know what's coming. Hard wintertime. And they're busy working. So that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy these. Turn in next week for another chapter as the ridge turns. So I want to thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.